Golden State, who they beat tonight, obviously Steph's not there, Clay's not there. They're still waiting to get Draymond back, Wiggins, the whole nine. But, they could very easily find themselves in that 3-6 matchup. And listen, no disrespect to Minnesota, who's having a really good year, and they got some talent. But from an experience standpoint, you'd much rather play Minnesota potentially in the postseason than, say, a Denver or a Dallas.
Yep.
And right now, if you're Golden State, yeah, they're still a really good team, but they're in a major funk. And this isn't just because those guys didn't play. They'd lost 4 in a row prior when they had the bulk of those guys there with the absence of Draymond. So there's got to be a little bit of concern if you're a Warriors fan. You do not want to fall out of that 2 spot. But I tell you what, Memphis is coming. Yep. They don't seem to be letting up. Second best road record in the NBA.
5-game losing streak for the Warriors, rather. That is the longest of their season so far. Tonight, obviously, a strategic decision by Steve Kerr to sit Steph, sit Clay, sit Andrew Wiggins as well. But we referenced the defense at halftime has not been good lately with or without those guys on the floor. And I know Draymond Green hasn't been there. Fourth straight game now. They've allowed 120 points or more. And this is where they've hung their hat all season long. Draymond, we think, could be back next Monday, potentially. We don't know that for sure, but to GA's point, what should the level of concern be in the Bay Area for this team right now?
I think Golden State, and I said it earlier, goes as far as Draymond's health takes them. And I say that Draymond is not a rhythm guy. He's not a guy that's going to come back. And yes, his wind might be a little bit out of it after being out for so long. But in terms of him being dependent on to knock down shots or him being dependent on to get to the rack and score, no, they need him to initiate the offense because that's what he does. He's that point forward. But then also on the defensive end, he's a high IQ guy that's going to make plays and sniff things out, has championship experience. And so, you're going to go through these lulls. I don't think anybody expected Golden State to start off the way that they did. And for them to still be sitting in the 2nd seed with one of their big 3 out for as long as he's been out, Steph in and out, Clay coming back. I mean, they still have the advantage going into the postseason just because they have the experience and they've won the championships.
Yep. Maybe a bigger surprise that they got the start that they did than they're struggling now, right? Those things happen over the course of a season. Still in good shape in the Western Conference. These 2 teams will do it again, by the way, on Thursday night when presumably you'll see more of the stars on the floor for Golden State.